Hello, my name is Dr. Rosanna Moore and I am the harp instructor and musician in residence at the University of Oregon. Through my job at UO, I am hoping to bring the harp more into the Eugene and Springfield and surrounding communities. One of the ways that we are hoping to do this is through a grant that we were offered that allowed us to buy 20 little lap harps that each have 20 strings each and only play in C major. And I'm going to show you what those look like in the moment. These are wonderful little instruments for starting children off on and to introduce them to the instrument. Now, obviously, when you hear the word harp, it kind of strikes fear into most parents' mind as you imagine this big instrument that you need a huge truck for and a lot of issues getting to and from rehearsals. But that is not how harp instruction starts out. A lot of us started off on smaller instruments, mainly lever harps, which would sit at about 4 foot tall. However, we now have these little lap harps, which are perfect as introductory instruments for younger students. When I first started the harp, I was about 9 years old, and I couldn't start any younger than that because lever harps were still a little bit too big and kind of cumbersome, and still there is that added thought of how do you get the instrument in the first place? With these instruments, they're very small and portable. You can see I can just pick it up with one hand. My one is bright pink, but they do come in an array of colors. And they are wonderful little instruments for introducing anyone to the joy of the harp. Now, this harp does just play in C major. So that means all of the white keys that are on the piano. And that means that we can't play any sharps or flats, but it doesn't mean that we can't play lots of melodies on there. To give you a short harp lesson, the red strings on the harp, which you can probably see through here, so there's a red string right here, are C strings, and the blue or black strings are F strings. So I'll show you again, that's blue string. And this is a way of color coordinating the instrument so that a student can find whereabouts they are. Now this instrument goes from a G, below middle C, up to an E, 20 strings above that. And all of these strings are made out of nylon, so it is really easy for little fingers to get their hands around these instruments. Now I'm going to play a brief little tune, which I often teach to some of my beginners when they've been learning with me a few weeks, called Brian Brew's March. So as you can hear, it's got this very light and easy sound, so it is not too disruptive to hear a child practicing on this as well. These instruments are put together in the UK by Derwent Harps. They are a group based in Derby, and these instruments can be used and taken absolutely anywhere. Music is a really wonderful thing for young children to be able to get involved with, and I'm really excited to be part of a program that may be able to introduce what can be an instrument that not many people get to see at a far younger age. So I really hope that I get to work with some of you soon and you get to play on some of these beautiful little harps.